All right, welcome to the Fundwise Partners training on a Tuesday at 2 o'clock. This training it's kind of a fun one. It's exciting to think about the potential and the possibilities. My name's Corey. I'm with Fundwise Capital. I'm part of the partner program, and we'd like to go over how to hijack a network. And I'll tell you what that means in just a minute. So how to find the big whales for massive profits. This is really probably the funnest type of opportunity or event that happens inside of Fundwise Partners is when a major partner comes on board and a lot of partners come on board and a lot of deals come through and that kind of thing. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So in this training, I'll give you the what, who, where, and the how. So what basically meaning what is hijacking a network, and who are the people that you want to look for in the markets, and where to find these networks and niches and people and groups, and then how to hijack. And we'll just do a basic overview. There's can be a lot more nitty-gritty details in all of this, but it's surprisingly not too hard to do this, and I'll show you how it all works. So what is hijacking a network? And this, as we were chatting with one of our partners, one of our associates the other day, Michael Mateer, who's awesome, he mentioned this term. We were talking about a couple different instances when we had a lot of people join at the same time that were part of other groups, and he said that is called hijacking a network. So hijacking, so basically there are networks of out there groups. There's agents, contractors, subscribers, direct sales, fans or gurus, influencers or associations, just different groups of people for different purposes that as a whole would be very interested in adding value, adding another offer to what they already offer, or something that complements that group of people, something that they would like to add value or just increase sales and revenue in any kind of way. And the funding needs to be complementary to what that group is doing. So in that last sentence there on the slide, I mentioned you meet with the leader who gets the word out to the network. So there's one key person that you would talk to that has connections with the rest of the group, or you start at a low level with someone who is connected and kind of work your way up. There's a couple different ways to do it. But that's basically what hijacking a network is. It's bringing on a group of people that already have a certain goal and offer that's complementary to offering funding, and then bringing them over all at once. And so who are these people and groups? And I've listed just a few here. Finance groups and brokers, and this is really closely related. We find a lot of finance companies that closely match what we do but don't compete, and those could be credit repair companies, because we don't offer credit repair, but credit repair companies work with a lot of clients, and people are going through credit repair for some kind of reason to be able to get financing. They're motivated to get the financing somehow, which is why they've signed up for credit repair. Groups of brokers, there's different types of complementary funding like merchant cash advance and different related, maybe mortgages, different kinds of real estate things. And so just complementary services and offers that these groups are doing. And there's thousands of brokers across the country, thousands of different finance groups, franchises or resellers. There are people out there that are reselling some kind of program or opportunity. Early on in the day, for a while, we were working with this partner who sold it was kind of like a franchise. He called it more of like a biz op that he'd sell for $10,000. You'd have access to sell all of these marketing tools to different businesses, such as like a texting platform that local businesses and brick and mortar stores could reach out to their customers and have email marketing and texting and different things like that. So there's a lot of different kinds of franchises that are complementary. There's been a franchise company out there where they would put a kiosk in their sign store, and the kiosk was really just an iPad with the application for funding with our funding services just in their office there. And they had franchises all over the country where someone could come in, buy a sign, and those nice big the signs that are out on the busy streets on top of those big tall poles can be a pretty penny. They can cost $100,000 for a decent sign in front of a brick and mortar store. So they had these kiosks out there to help offer financing to any of their customers that needed to buy a sign for their company. Also, there's these lots of seminar groups out there, consulting and coaching. There's a lot of business coaching groups and all sorts of different niches, how to make money online and in e-commerce, how to have an Amazon store, how do you do this and that, and all these different things. And then they'll have coaching groups and Facebook groups and all that kind of stuff, so you can tap into those niches and networks. There are a lot of people, webinars is becoming more and more common as a way to automate the selling process. That's one of the ways that we can be able to reach out to potential partners and take someone who doesn't know anything about us to letting you get to know us and know what we're about and what we've done and what we can help you do in like a 45-minute webinar. So you go from us being strangers to knowing a lot about what we do and the opportunity that we offer. There are a lot of different companies and groups that offer webinars out there, and they have membership areas where they have all of their training. This is where you can take your link to your landing page and embed that in their membership area, which is a benefit to the owner of that webinar or that course or whatever they have in their membership area. It's a benefit to all the members to be able to upgrade to higher levels of packages that may be offered within that group, or be able to have the money to start their business that they're learning how to run and start in that group. There are a lot of different ideas on how to do this. Influencers, there's so many social media influencers. We have a couple partners that are social media influencers and public figures that have over 100,000 followers on either Facebook or Instagram, even LinkedIn. Direct sales is kind of interesting. Or there's just for an example, there's this direct sales company that sells leggings for women and baby clothes. And so they have these sales reps that have signed up to throw these parties. And in order to be able to afford all the inventory that they need to sell at their parties, they're going to have to spend a few $1,000s to get it. And so that they buy all the inventory and then they sell it to their friends through the parties. And so this is also an opportunity where you can offer funding to all of the reps in that organization at the same time. Associations, I think everyone's familiar with someone who manages a large group of like-minded individuals in the same type of field or the same purpose. The leader of the association will have sometimes a subscription for people to be a part of that association. Maybe they'll have a meeting once or twice a year or more often than that. And it's kind of just like a big club. And that's a way to, through associations, to be able to reach out to a lot of people at the same time. Group owners on social media platforms. There's so many groups on Facebook and LinkedIn, and there's over 2 million groups on LinkedIn, I know. I have no idea on Facebook, but there's so many groups out there and people managing these groups. And a lot of these groups are just massive, have over 100,000 people in them. Even 50,000 is a lot of people. 50,000 people in a group is more people than a lot of towns in our country of the population. So there's just a lot of different ways. If you get a little bit creative, hopefully this gives you some inspiration on some of the groups that you can kind of look for and pay attention to on the person that's connected to all these groups. And I'll give you an examples as we go along about who to kind of reach out to and how to do this. So where are these people in groups? Or I already kind of mentioned it, but locally, and this is one of the marketing trainings and strategies that we have, is meetup.com has many groups all over the place, all over the world, and you can go and search in your area what meetup groups are nearby. There's usually a real estate group, there's usually a startup group, a business owner group. Those kind of groups are near you if you're in a medium-sized to large city. And so you can go and meet with them, and just kind of a basic way to this hijacking method is going to the group owner, the person that organized the group. They call them an organizer. Go to that organizer and say, I'd like to offer some value to your group. We'd like to help all of your members have a chance to grow their business. I have an email template here, wondering if you would be able to send this out to all the members of your group. Because when you go to a group, you want to meet with the organizer face-to-face so they can get to know you and trust you a little bit. And most of the time, a small percentage of that group will actually show up. You want to reach out to everybody, so have the organizer send an email out to everyone in the group. Here's my link to get funding if you're looking to grow your business. There's no risk to applying. It doesn't affect your credit to get a pre-approval. Why don't you go ahead and find out how much you can qualify so you can get working capital for your business. So that's like a local example. LinkedIn, as we already mentioned, so many groups. Facebook is awesome. We've seen some amazing things come from Facebook groups. Instagram, you've got influencers all over the place that have really tight-knit groups. There's a lot of trust there with the influencer that they follow, and they follow all their videos and their posts. And also another one I wanted to mention is YouTube, where there are new videos on different channels on YouTube every day. So it's a little bit easier on YouTube to get to know what someone's group is all about. Someone who may be a marketer and teaches people how to do Facebook marketing. You can tap into that network. There's a guy that teaches people how to start up their own agencies. He charges like $1,000 to sign up for his course, and then he's got like a rewards program where people, when they hit a certain amount of revenue because of the clients that are paying them to do for the Facebook marketing, they'll have different tiers and levels, so there's motivation there. And he's got some of his members in his group that are doing a lot of money every month, and they're talking to business owners almost on a daily basis to get more business owners signed up for their Facebook marketing. So you can just kind of see a pattern here, an idea here. A lot of B2B businesses will have a database of customers, and so reaching out to those businesses that work with other business owners is a great way to tap into these large networks. I also listed a few other tools where you can find influencers, just people who have a large amount of followers. BuzzSumo and search.upfluence.com, Hype Auditor, Discover.ly, Hunter.io. I've looked through these websites. They seem like a great idea. I haven't tried all of them, of course, but they are potentially good tools. Or you can always Google, find influencers, and you'll see articles with all sorts of search tools on how to find these influencers. So there's a lot of ways to go about this, but just giving you an idea that you can quickly grow the amount of partners that you have on your team, and also people who are wanting funding, by just tapping into a network. And all it takes is one decent sized network, and you're off to the races, making great override commissions and funding commissions. So here is how to do it. And this can be a whole science, but you can test this, see what works best for you. But here's a basic guideline. Connect with different people that we have talked about, people who are maybe someone who owns a credit repair company or has a lot of agents in their network providing finance options for other business owners. There's also just recently one of our partners is he owns an SEO company, a search engine optimization. So how you can rank on the first page of Google and get traffic that way just by showing up high in the search results. And so he has a network of 1,500 agents who resell their SEO services. And they have that whole program and all the pricing. They don't charge a dime until you're on the first page of Google. And then when you're on the first page of Google, you just pay to stay there, basically, for the customer. And so he's got a network of 1,500 agents selling this SEO product. And so he is onboarding all the 1,500 agents with Fundwise partners, so that as they meet with other business owners who want to do SEO, they can also offer financing as well. So as you're reaching out to people through these different networks, just kind of keep in mind the people that we've talked about, the groups that we've talked about. When you're chatting with them, get them on the phone as quickly as you can. Advice from Michael Mateer that I mentioned earlier. And just ask them, hey, how about a quick call? It'd be easier to explain everything on the phone. Get them on the phone as quickly as possible so you can just develop that relationship with your voice. So there's a little more trust there. Develop that relationship quickly, and then give a basic overview on the phone. And then you can set up a call with us at Fundwise Capital so that we can help you close that deal. If you've got a big potential opportunity, we want to help you get that done so that you can have a quicker, faster chance at getting a large network signed up underneath you, getting a lot of partners signed up underneath you so you can get those override commissions, or even those funding deals directly. There may be a network that's not interested in being partners at all, but they're interested in sending referrals your way to get funding, because that'll only help them in their business to offer high ticket services to their clients. So there's all sorts of situations, and we've seen that before. Certain groups and companies actually can't take commissions for different offerings that they have, either conflict of interest or just bylaws in their company, or whatever the case may be. We had a partner that sold insurance that realized, as he was looking through his terms and all the rules with his own company, that he actually couldn't be a partner with us. So he loved the program. He said everything's great, but he had to withdraw just because it was a conflict of interest with this company. So there are groups out there that will just want to send you the business. So you'll get the full 20% commissions on all the deals that they send over. And if they have your landing page on their website, or it's being emailed out to all their clients, or whatever the case may be, then you'll get those deals. So if you do come across this opportunity, and as you're looking for it, as you're going out there and looking for other partners and deals to capitalize on, then we're here to help. Ask us any questions, start the conversation, and then we can close the deal. So this has been the training on how to hijack a network. Really kind of a 50,000 foot view on how to do that, but enough information for you to be able to execute and to get a large network under your belt. So also just a little bit more on supporting you. If you are chatting with someone who shows interest but isn't wanting to get on the phone, you can offer for us to have a phone call or a conference call with them. So we are here to help. You never know who's ready and who is not, and you never really know. It's hard to know sometimes what the potential of someone can be. We've had partners that have really surprised us where we thought they might get one or two funding deals and end up getting several every week. So you just never really know for sure if it's a partner who's going to just really perform or not. Every once in a while you'll find great opportunities that just don't pan out. So it's really a numbers game. You just want to be consistent, and as you go along, you get better and better. But the opportunities are amazing. In the webinar, there's one of our partners who gets over $250,000 in commissions per year just from one partner that they introduced to us. So a lot of potential there. So thanks for joining this training. Let us know if you have any questions in the Facebook group. We're excited to work with you and help you be successful, add that extra revenue stream to what you're already doing, and to help educate and show you what the potential is of funding. The finance world is just a massive market, an exciting place to be. And let us know what your questions are. Thanks everyone for joining, and we will talk with you next Tuesday for another training and also an FAQ session on Monday morning.